Okay, Buccaneers at Rams. Let's move on to Buccaneers at Rams right now. This is ridiculous to me, Donnie. I want to take the Buccaneers right now at 10 points. How can they be hanging 10 points? The Buccaneers, yes, they fell apart in the second half. I can't explain how an Arians Bulls-led team would fall apart against the Giants with Daniel Jones and no Saquon. I don't know how that happened, but this is ludicrous, isn't it? You're going to give 10 points to the Buccaneers, whose defense is pretty good. Also, I lean towards the under here. Rams finally get Cooper Kupp going, great. But Tampa's defense is better than people give credit for. And Mike Evans, I don't know why Arians stopped going to him in the second half. He needs targets. This is ridiculous, Donnie. Should I take the Buccaneers plus 10 right now?
You know what? And it's kind of funny you bring that up, because when you normally would look at this football game and just think about like maybe the past Rams, like last year's like first 8 to 10 games, you would say, man, Jared Goff's in rhythm. That offense is going to blow that defense off the field. The Giants, who don't even have very many playmakers, are able to easily in the second half move the ball up and down. But then I take a look at I almost want to say like the post-Super Bowl Jared Goff. I mean, he leaves so many plays out on the field when that offense should be a machine. Good offensive line, great running backs, great wide receivers. Why are they not just rolling up and down the field for some of these average defenses? That's what gives me pause. But you're right. Last week, Jimmy, to get back to your Tampa Bay spread, you should have won that easily. But it's just the fact that the coordinators, the offensive regime down in Tampa Bay don't trust Jameis Winston. Going back watching the film, talking about it a little bit earlier, when they had the lead with 9 minutes left versus the Giants in the second half, in the fourth quarter, they handed the football 6 straight times and ended up kicking a field goal. Then when they got the football back up 6 points, instead of saying, you know what, 1 first down clinches this, they run it up the middle and throw a 1-yard pass in the flat. They just don't trust Jameis Winston at this point. But this cap is not so much about Tampa Bay and what they can't do on offense. It's what actually Jared Goff can't quite do. Could they go out and blow out, what a terrible loss for the, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were in that football game. They should have won that football game. They went on the road and won a football game, second week in the season on a Thursday night football game. 10's too many points for me. And it's just because Jared Goff is leaving way too many plays out on the field, Jimmy.
I agree. And I also lean towards the under here. It's opened at 50.5, juice to the over. It's now juice to the under. Still at 50.5 at Pinnacle, 50 at these other books. What do you think of making a move on the under with the way the Rams offense looks? A lot of great comments from the chat too about like Tom Marino saying everyone's copying the Pats' defensive game plan from the Super Bowl. They don't let the Rams run to the outside. What do you think of making a move on the under?
It's crazy. This game a year ago is a stone cold over for me. Like, oh man, the Rams going to rack up 35 plus points. Jameis Winston is just going to be boom or bust out there. But everything I watch from the Rams just doesn't look like they're in a hurry to score points. And when they get a lead, they just don't have enough out of Jared Goff to extend that lead. It's crazy. Never in a million years would I be looking at a Tampa Bay game versus the Rams and looking at the underside. And that's what I'm looking at here early in the week, Jimmy.
Same here. I'm looking at the Bucks plus 10 and the under. I think those are spots that should be taken advantage of. Tom Marino leaning to the under. I think I make a move on this soon. So the Buccaneers and the under, just probably need to talk it out a little bit longer, but that seems like the spot for me.